Today we're going to do an unboxing video, something I think is going to be pretty neat and cool. I believe it's Guru, Gurumediabox.com, and it's pretty neat. Let's see if I can find... So, what this is, it's called a Raspberry Pi. I'm not sure if anybody knows what that is. I'm sure everybody knows what it is. But what they call this is the Retro Pi. And you can read its instructions if you want. I'll do that in a minute. We're going to open it up and see what's all in here. It's the HDMI cable. The USB cable, another USB cable, power adapter for the wall wart basically. This is a controller. This is styled after the Super Nintendo. Buttons feel pretty nice. This looks like it's an on-off switch for power for the Raspberry Pi. The second controller, I like feeling the buttons to make sure they have pretty good response. And this is a mini keyboard. And you'll see the reason why you have a mini keyboard. And this is a USB. You stick this in your computer. I'll show you what that happens in a minute. What you do with it. It's supposed to be in a SD card. So I'm hoping it's going to be in the Raspberry Pi box. Because I don't see it anywhere. Backlit keyboard. This also has capability of doing the decoding. So you can live stream TV onto your television from this. So it has a keyboard. This is pretty sweet, isn't it? It's your keypad and all that. I won't get too much into that. We'll get into more of the game aspect. Alright, let's start with Raspberry Pi. This says Raspberry Pi Model B has 1 gigabyte of RAM, has wireless LAN, Bluetooth. So you can use your Bluetooth controllers for your other game states, like your PlayStation 4 or Xbox. Power, HDMI, audio, video. Not sure what that's for. There's your ports for the USB, Ethernet. And there is the SD card. I want to take a look back into the circuit just a little bit. Pretty easy. So this is a Raspberry Pi. Standard, it's in a case. It's what a Raspberry Pi would look like. This is where the connector would be for your video. It's just pretty standard. Cool. I would expect a screw there. I guess I didn't have any. Whatever, it works. There's your LEDs. So, let's get it all plugged in and see what happens. Read the instructions or the commentary here that the Gurumediabox sent. And it says, and you can read it, once you add a game to your system, you're responsible for upgrades and modification consequences in using your game you add. So the ROM that you find online, you just need to make sure you scan them before you download them. SD cards by nature are not stable, they can crash over time. Recommends a system up and running. Joypad configuration. If you press on the keyboard, using a keyboard, do not configure the keyboard with the joypad configuration at boot up. It will mess up the configuration file and make it difficult to reset. So they had something there that you don't need to do. Back up your SD card image. Okay, if you do not back up your image and need a new one, you can find one at Gurumediabox.com/software.html. Install runs, method 1. In order to install games in RetroPie, you need to have the USB drive configured. You can find instructions here, and it gives you the link there. If you do have it configured, you can simply move your ROMs onto the USB drive, proper folder. Method 2, this version also has RetroPie Manager installed on it. At the RetroPie menu, go to Show My IP. You can go to a web browser and type this in, once you connect it to your router, and that will transfer via Wi-Fi. Okay, so what this means, when you connect your RetroPie to your router, you can access this address with whatever your IP is, and whatever IP address assigned to your media box. You can just drag and drop. It'll be a folder, and you can just drag and drop on your computer to the RetroPie itself. That's pretty neat. So, what I would do myself, to make it easier for everybody else in the world, is take a little USB guy here and put it in a computer, download the ROMs onto it after we find the instructions from this website here, which I'll put the link in the description below. We'll download the ROMs, we'll stick it in here and see what happens. I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like before we mess with it, just to boot it up and see what happens. Let's do that. Okay, so your HDMI and your power is here. The HDMI cable they provide, it's kind of stiff, but we can live with it. This is the power cord. This is your on-off switch. And it says no signal. There's power. There's the HDMI. It's booting up. See the dot. There we go. Gurumediabox.com. It's pretty good quality in video. Look at that. Pretty nice. So, once this boots all the way, we'll see what happens. I just want to see what it does. It may not do anything. It's loading files, emulation station. Welcome, no geek gamepads. Press the buttons for your device to configure it. Press F4 to quit anytime. We are going to hook up one of these guys to it now. The controller hooked up. Now we're going to press the button. And what did it show? USB gamepad. D-pad up, which is that. D-pad down. We'll press down. Left, right. Start. Select. A, B, X, Y, left shoulder, right shoulder. And that should be it. I'm not sure how to tell it okay. I'm not even sure what the left shoulder and left and right shoulder is. Let's just do left again. Already taken. Okay, well we can't do nothing. Okay, so in order to get past this, just hold down the button. And it'll skip. And it'll skip. And it'll skip. And it'll skip. So in the future, when somebody wants to take and program their controller to this, they can. And when you get to the OK, you tell it to press the A button. And we want to tell it yes to, and we're going to press the select button for that. So yeah, for default. Tell it, press A for yes. Okay, so one game available. If you notice, I did not have the second controller plugged in, so I'm hoping that it will actually detect the second controller and make me go through the whole controller learning process again. We will see. 720 pixel. Now I understand what these cables here are for. To extend the range of the controllers. Alright, so it did not learn the other controller. So let's see. Menu, we're going to press start. And we're going to go to let's configure input. Press A to select that. Tell it A again. And we're going to configure the second controller now. Alright. USB gamepad. D-pad up. D-pad down. Left. Right. Start. Select. A. B. X. Y. Left shoulder. Right shoulder. And we're just gonna continue taking the button and holding it down as it keeps going down. I'm going to tell it yes again. Okay, so now we can use the second controller. Awesome. And tell it start to close. Or, yep. Alright, let's go back to menu. And you see this says Kodi there, RetroPie, Kodi, Pixel, there's RetroPie. so you can view your Kodi on here. So we're going to load the stuff here with the computer USB out. We're just going to get a regular USB. You want to format it. Make sure you have nothing on there that you want until it starts. I want to make sure the FAT32 as well. This is not the flash drive that they included. This is something extra. Now you're going to right click on it and tell it to make a new folder. I'm going to name it RetroPie. Then we're going to take this USB and put it into the Raspberry Pi. Now we're going to stick the Raspberry Pi, the USB into the Raspberry Pi, and it said it's going to blink for a while. Once it stops blinking, it should be ready. There's writing files onto the USB right now. You might can see that it's strobing a little bit. And once it gets done, it'll be a steady light. And then from there, you can open it up in your Windows Explorer folder and load your ROMs to the ROMs folder where they need to go. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Kind of want to see how long it takes. It's the first one I've set up. After we get the games on here, we're going to look at the Kodi thing and see how we can figure that out. That'd be kind of neat, wouldn't it? Taking a while to do this. Now on my USB device, when it's ready, it just sits there and it fades on and off. So I think it's ready and it's done. See what I mean? Okay, I'm going to remove it. Okay, once you get your USB back open, you're going to click on your RetroPie and you go to ROMs. And you're going to select the different ROMs on here, folders that you want. Since this is for Super Nintendo right now, I'm going to set it up for just for the Super Nintendo files. But it can have all these different ROMs added onto it later on. As you can see. So we'll go with Super Nintendo for now. So once you got your ROM downloaded, we're going to copy it into the folders that it belongs to. There's 655 games. And there's a lot of game systems that this is available for that you can find online. So we're going to just start out with just the NES and then load that into the RetroPie. Reboot it. And then while the rest of my ROMs are downloading, I can show you that it's can play games with this. So we're going to stick the USB back into the Raspberry Pi. And once it gets done blinking, you have to tell it to restart. In this case, with my SanDisk, once it gets done loading the files, it's just going to be a slow, steady back and forth fading in and out. And it's steady blinking now. I think it's done. Alright, so we're going to tell it to, let's see, I'll go to the menu by hitting the start, and go down to quit. I'll hit the A button, and I'm going to tell it to restart the emulator station. Really restart? Tell it yes. Now you have your Nintendo Entertainment System. 655 games available. So let's go. Nice lightning and thunder. We'll go to A. And now here is the games that's on here. So let's just go to the first one, which I know and I like, 1942. Here's a good one. Select button, you can search it by jump to the letter. And we're going to go down to N. See how that works? Well, that's it, guys. That's all you have to do to set up your RetroPie. Enjoy. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.